interceptions. Jeff, bad game or bad sign for Rodgers?
Bad sign. And this ain't just about the interceptions. He's playing bad, but he has been blitzed 42 times in the last two games. His QBR is 15. If he brings 6 or more, it's 5. So if you bring the house against it, they have no answers for the blitz. And when you're talking about a quarterback that's basically in that statue position, you are in trouble if you can't figure out how to pick up the blitz and burn them downfield.
Well, so yesterday I was listening to my favorite show. That's called the Domonique Foxworth Show.
Yes.
Where can one find that?
I had to look at the page.
Yeah, he forgot my name.
Everywhere.
People know how to find podcasts, right?
That's exactly
YouTube,
right.
Something. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm never listening to. I'm never listening to it again because you raised a question I did not like, and it was whether or not Aaron Rodgers is washed. Here was that conversation.
Ooh.
He's not good enough anymore to make this type of offense work. So he's not completely washed.
What are you thinking? 63%? 65%?
Sure.
68%?
We're thinking the US to UK exchange rate, whatever that is, 70%. That is the extent to which Aaron Rodgers is washed.
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 Is the word I was referring to.
Somebody's getting clicks.
You got to run those numbers up, man.
Go hang with Chris Canty.
You got to run those numbers up, man. So I think, and it was clear that I said that Aaron Rodgers is not washed. But what they're asking him to do, because they're so bad on first and second down, they're asking him to be the Aaron Rodgers that he used to be. So if you're asking him to be that, he's not that anymore. So they're on third down, it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. He can't complete enough passes in those tight situations, especially when they're scheming the way that they are. And he seems like he doesn't trust his leg. He doesn't trust his receivers. He doesn't trust his offensive line or his offensive coordinator. He does seem incredibly uneasy and uncomfortable. They're all out blitzing him. There's a couple plays in there where there's 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, and somehow he's surprised to get sacked. Then another time, there's 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, and someone drops right into the
Van Ginkel
drops. Oh, yeah, the Ginks out there.
Yeah, baby.
So here it is right here. Look. He knows there's people coming, and he gets hit in the back. Like, he just doesn't seem to even trust his eyes at this point. You know what? Something that veteran quarterbacks don't let happen.
You know what I think would help is if they let him pick his own offensive coordinator. Oh, wait, they did. Look, I don't know how the Jets are going to fix this because it's all geared around Aaron Rodgers. He is very much 40 years old. You can see he comes out of this game with a sprained ankle. Like, there are going to be weeks, like there were against the Patriots, where they look awesome. And you're like, oh, this is what it's supposed to look like.
Patriots keyword.
There's going to be, they do play them again.
Yes.
There's going to be weeks where we have these kinds of questions. They're just not very consistent.
This may have made my weekend, in all honesty. I was sitting there early morning Sunday having a cup, and I am thinking about Greeny and thinking, thank the Lord he has a show to do, because if he's watching this thing, it's going to get ugly in Manhattan. It's not going to be pretty. He is teetering on the edge. This is the scariest part, and Fox just brought it up. When you coach Pee Wee and high school football, this is what you get everybody on the line of scrimmage and just full out, let it rip. When you're talking about bringing 6 or more guys and you have a QBR of 5, that is a quarterback and an offensive coordinator. Hey, we have to figure this out. They're going to keep doing this. And by the way, do they have running backs? I thought they had 2 really good ones. They've gone AWOL. They're not even trying to get them in the game plan. And then when they do get on 3rd and short and 4th and short, then they try to run it when there's 10 guys on the line. Then let him throw it. It's just it's bad.
As a defense, when you go into games against great quarterbacks, you're very reluctant to blitz.
That's right.
Because they make you pay. When you get to a situation where you feel fine, not only blitzing, but not disguising it, that's the shocking part to me. I'm not saying that Aaron has to be perfect, but like the mental stuff in that situation where he turns his back to a free runner, he gets lit up like he doesn't see him coming. Like, I'm not a quarterback. I'm watching with my son. They're coming. He knows they're coming.
Can I equate this to when I was coaching for the brief stint? I remember Wink Martindale talking to me at post game, and I remember him telling me, we were going to bring, if we could bring 13, we know there is, this is the same feel that I got, which is an awful feeling because you're like, I don't have an answer for that.
That's what the defensive coordinator is telling you. Like, we know you can't fix this. We are coming, and so that tells you a lot. Like, the Jets have work to do. They have to figure something out.
Greeny hasn't said a word.
He hasn't. He's just
Davante.
mean, there's very little arguing I can make on the other side. The solution is Davante Adams. That's exactly it. He solves all the problems. If he's washed right now, then Davante will make him dirty again. That's exactly what we need. We need an unwashed quarterback. We need him completely dirty. I don't want him showering. Nothing. No washed. Zero.
It's a great speech.
Davante Adams solves all our problems.
Yes. It's a great speech. The problem is the point that I was making at the beginning is they stink on first and second down.
Yeah, well, so we're going to start not having those.
You start on third down, because they're not creative in the run game either. That's the other thing, right? Like they've got to draw some stuff up.
So the thing is, all the things that you want to say that are positive about Aaron Rodgers, he shows glimpses of the ability to do it.
For sure.
The best thing about Aaron Rodgers is his accuracy. 2 of his interceptions in this game were a result of him just being inaccurate, which is shocking. The second best thing is he's smart. He doesn't see blitzes coming. The third best thing is that he can scramble and make big plays come. He's not doing any of those things right now, and that's the sad part for the Jets.
All kidding aside, they have one thing going for them right now, and that is the division is not running away from them.
100%.
For whatever however it is that you get there, Monday night is for first place in the division as they play Buffalo, and it is a long season. Hopefully they start figuring it out. The Chiefs get the win. We showed it to you off the top of the show. Meanwhile, our next game is called What Does D. Fox Say? Nick, if I said the Ravens are the best team in football, what would D. Fox say?
I would absolutely say the answer is yes. I think the interesting thing about the Ravens is their biggest challenge is Lamar's accuracy. He was incredibly accurate last week, and he has been recently. In their defense, I think their defense matches up well against the top teams in the AFC. The way that you beat the Ravens is with outstanding receivers. That's what you need. The top teams in AFC, with the exception, I guess, Nico Collins and the Texans, no one has a receiver that can break down. Yeah, he's hurt now. No one has a receiver that can break down the Ravens defense the way that the Bengals can. And the Bengals may not make the playoffs.
Jeff, you not buying it?
No. I mean, are we going to talk about the Chiefs? Are we going to talk about the Vikings? We're talking about the Texans. All these teams you just went through like they're not very good. But when you talk about the Ravens,
played the Ravens right now on a neutral field, you would take the Vikings.
Jeff, stop lying, man.
If the Bengals, if the holder catches the snap, they lose in regulation.
Okay, and if Likely gets his foot in bounds, they win that. So the point
is a whole lot more realistic than the other.
Every team has problems. The problems that the Ravens have are ones that I'm willing to live with. The problem that the Vikings have is their quarterback is not a quarterback that you truly trust.
They have a hard time holding leads. The Ravens have a hard time holding leads, and they just gave up 38 points. What are you talking about? Their defense is locking people down.
The reason why I didn't say they're locking people down. The reason why they gave up 38 points is because the Bengals have the one thing that breaks the Ravens' defense down is 2 elite receivers. Watch what the Ravens did against the Bills. They destroyed them. The other time the other time the Ravens had a problem was with Davante Adams. This defense is able, when you don't have someone that requires the safety's attention, they're able to do creative things that kill opposing offenses. And the Chiefs do not have that guy. The Bills do not have that guy. And until they had a guy, then they had Rashee Rice then. And until Nico Collins comes back, the Texans don't have that guy.
The Fox is wrong.
Let me go to the next one. D. Fox. If I said Jaden Daniels is going to lead Washington to an NFC East championship, what would D. Fox say?
I'm going to say yes, and this is going to be a double homer call from Jeff because I grew up in Baltimore and I live in D.C., but there is one team in the NFC East right now that is playing well consistently, and they are getting better, and it is the team in Washington. I love to see it, and yeah, I think they're going to pull it off.
You buying it, Danny?
I am. The only thing we know for sure about the NFC East is that something is going to happen we didn't expect, and this is it. It's happening before our eyes, and what is incredible about this Washington offense is they are absolutely not babying their rookie quarterback. He is central to everything they're doing. He's able to handle all of the pressure.
Yeah.
If you can't get into this story, you don't like sports.
Amen.